Sometimes stupid is brought to a whole new level on this channel. Today we're going to do something that this camera can't do. We're going to pull out shadows and bring back highlights, but you can't do that on this camera, just saying. So I'm using the OM1 Mark II with the 25 1.2 lens. Very impressive lens, by the way. I'm really enjoying this in studio. I do want to try the 45 1.2. So many of you have been telling me that you love that lens. Now, we're shooting in the studio with daylight. And I had a new model, exciting, come in early so I can get this highlight on the backdrop, because I'm going to keep this in matrix metering because I want her to go dark, because I want to be able to pull shadows, and I want to be able to pull that down, the highlights down, to even it out, because this camera can't do that. You know, the small sensor thing. Anyway, then I'm using a scrim on this side to even bring down the light more on her face and keep it bright on the background. So it's going to pass this, go into the backdrop, give me that fright. You get the point. So let's get into the shoot and see how this camera does. Now, I had one of the best comments ever on this channel, which was, if you're going to shoot with a Micro Four Thirds, you should just be shooting with the iPhone. Sometimes stupid is brought to a whole new level on this channel. Anyway, let's get to the shoot. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching as always. I love sharing these shoots on this channel, and usually it's for something like, you know, whether it's teaching lighting setups, or working with people. Now, this model, this is the very first time I'm working with her. And normally it would be, you know, that first outfit they walk in on, shoot it, get her relaxed. But this time there was just no struggles whatsoever. Now, she was a model in Brazil and came over to the States 2 years ago and wants to get back into it. So when she reached out to shoot with me, you know, the first thing we discussed was, you know, what we're going to do, how we're going to do this shoot. I don't tell people what to wear ever for these kind of shoots, because this is a get to know each other shoot. And normally I just say, you know, whatever you want, whatever you feel great in, wear that, because I want them to be relaxed. I don't do very many, you know, themed shoots, if you will. Like the last shoot I did, you know, we did that Audrey Hepburn kind of look. That's the first one I've done in I can't tell you how many years. Normally it's just bring whatever you want. Or we're shooting for a brand, you know, the clothes are already there. They just come in and put the clothes on. So there's really never a themed shoot. So, you know, shooting for the first time, I wanted to do a get to know each other shoot. And, you know, for me, when I was going to do this video, I was thinking, oh, you know, I could teach people how to, you know, work with a new model, how to get them relaxed. But from the very first shot, this model was just fantastic. There was just no effort on my part whatsoever. It was just smooth from the start. So I can't help you there. But the camera, shooting with the OM Systems OM1, this is really impressive for me. You know, you hear all this stuff about dynamic range, and obviously it doesn't have as much dynamic range as a full frame camera, but I'm pulling her face out quite a bit in post, because, you know, obviously with the matrix metering, it's evening out the look. It's not paying attention much to the skin because of that really high light on the backdrop. It's trying to even out all the lights. And with the blue color coming in from the windows, you know, I did the automatic white balance. I have it on aperture priority, and I have it on auto ISO. I really am still learning this camera and its capabilities. I want to know its capabilities and its limitations. So dynamic range, you know, everybody bitches about dynamic range with these camera systems, the Micro Four Thirds. I don't see an issue with it. On top of that, the OM1's color science is incredible. Even pulling out the shadows, that's when it normally breaks apart, and it doesn't with this camera. You know, there's one thing I do not touch when I'm shooting with the OM system, OM1, is color. It just is great out of the box. I just didn't have to do anything to it. Now, Hasselblad is my favorite color science of all. Leica is my second, and this is now my third. It really is that good. So as far as dynamic range, no, it's not as much or as good as a full frame or a medium format sensor, but it's really good. I don't have issues with the dynamic range in this camera, especially after doing a shoot like this, because you can see this is, very mixed lighting. The color from the window, that tint is, this is hard to work with normally. And a lot of cameras struggle with this, but this camera did not. It just worked amazingly well. And now I'm just throwing a 5500 Kelvin LED on top of the 6700 Kelvin light coming in from the window. The camera handles it really well, like just amazingly well. Now this lens, this 25 1.2, wow, amazing. I'm God-specced on these lenses. I can't believe how good they are. Now, obviously, they don't have to work as hard because they're micro four thirds, they're smaller lenses. But what they did with these lenses and how well they produce is amazing to me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the shoot. If you have any questions, leave them below. Really enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching.